we're straight into the beers. We're all doing Tiny Rebel today. So we're starting off with Dutty. Jeff, you've had this one before?
Yeah, I love Tiny Rebel, I should say. Just that I thought today would be quite a good one that we could do. Maybe do this every so often, where we just do all beers from one brewery, and we did find. I think we both discovered Tiny Rebel through the Caledonian Craft Beer Merchant. So I just thought,
sure.
Yeah, it's one that we both love, and we should explore that a bit more.
Look at this sort of lemony looking kind of colour. It's got strong citrusy grapefruit.
Yeah, really strong. Yeah,
really. Yeah.
So this is Dutty is a Vermont Session IPA. I'll put the can up. I like the can. It reminds me ever so slightly of some sort of washing. Reminds me of those like flash like boxes you used to get.
Because of the colours. It should be.
Apart from that, I don't know what Dutty is either.
Yeah, it's 4.2% ABV.
Really bitter.
Really bitter, but nice and.
Yeah, you could.
It's just different. Yeah, some grapefruity ones can be really kind of unpleasant in their kind of back taste, but this isn't. This is really good.
No, I say I got Tiny Rebel. You should check their website quite a lot. They put up quite a lot of like random deals, including like merch. Their merch stuff is which one they got loads of t-shirts that they just released today. But that came in a box, and it wouldn't have been one I possibly wouldn't have picked up off the shelf. Just because Tiny Rebel have got a habit of making really exciting and interesting looking cans with total random flavours, and that would be one that I'd be like, that would fall to the wayside because I'd be too busy looking at like their smoked marshmallow porter or something, you know,
like that. Yeah, for sure.
Really, really nice. It's bitter.
Did they do the marshmallow one?
Yeah, they did Stay Puft.
And apparently there's a new sronger version of that, 12.8%.
I think Stay Puft's got about 2 or 3 different versions as well. They do have a caramelised. I don't know, because it's Stay Puft's a marshmallow porter, isn't it? It's just it's Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, but there is a salted caramel Stay Puft as well.
That's right, yeah. And then this super strong one, which has just arrived in our local beer shop. I've just got the new strong one. Yeah. Don't know whether I'm going to try it or not. At 12.8%, that's maybe just a wee bit much for me.
I think I've found, apart from one porter that we reviewed a couple of weeks ago, I quite like my porters strong. I like them weak as well, but out of all the beers that we drink for the podcast and have subsequently drunk, I find I can go higher ABVs with porters. I don't know if it's just because they're darker beers anyway, they mask a lot of the...
Perhaps, it takes the flavour kind of masks it a bit. I had a really low alcohol porter the other day, the Bruce Haven from the Brew Shed. It's only 3%, and you know, texture's different. It's not that rich kind of texture, but you could just kind of drink it. You know, at 3%, it's got the porter taste, but it feels more like you're drinking a lager or something.
That's really nice.
Really
I like Bruce
Haven. I thought it was awesome.
I also had a chocolate porter from, I can't even remember the brewery, but it was an exclusive. I went to the beer shop yesterday forgetting that they don't open on a Tuesday. So I went up to Marks and Spencer's because I know they do Magic Rock and stuff like that, and I got a chocolate porter from there. I think it was brewed exclusively for Marks and Spencer's. It was like £1.50. It was really nice.
Wow.
7.2% as well. So
well, I'm cracking open our next one, which is Cali Pale.
I had this on holiday and I photographed it and put it up on our Instagram page because I was so blown away by this. I don't know if it was
so we've got something to look forward to here.
This is a proper. If you want something to drink while it's gorgeous sun, I'm annoyed that it's not beautiful weather today actually, because this is an amazing
similar colour to the last one, not as cloudy. It's a wee bit clearer. Again, citrusy.
Not as citrusy.
Smells sweet though. Smells sweet. Wow.
So you should be getting pine on the nose, which is maybe why it's not so citrusy.
Creamy texture compared to the last one, which is kind of sharp and drier.
What fruit are you getting from the taste?
Yeah, definitely. Grapefruity pineapple, I would say.
Yeah, there's some. This is pine and mango is what you should be getting. But I had this on holiday a couple of weeks ago and just was chilling outside in a deck chair with it, and I was just like,
for sure,
perfect.
I mean, Interesting. The texture's really different.
Yeah.
That's what 5% ABV, juicy pale ale.
I would like to have seen.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to have. I really like juicy, and I really like that creaminess in a pale ale. I would like to have seen how Tiny Rebel would have, if they'd done that at maybe 6 or 7%. The creaminess maybe would have come through a wee bit more. I noticed that a wee bit is that I don't know, that it's a really good pale ale. It's not a premium pale ale. I think you can go and buy that for about £3 at the Caledonian Craft Beer Merchant. If they kicked the boat out a wee bit, maybe did it a £5 equivalent. You know, is it Tempest Brewing do the bigger cans? And they tend to sit around like £5-6. I think that could be something really, really special. But it's good for sessionals. 5%. It's not massively strong. You could drink 2 or 3 of those cans.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I really like that too.
I like Tiny Rebel. We interviewed somebody recently who I think it was a Brewshed, where we had mentioned when we were talking to Steve at Brewshed, he was saying he doesn't want the beers to be the talking point of the conversation. Yeah, I was like, well, and I think that's a really interesting way of doing it. I do know that obviously we very much make the beers the talking point of our conversations. It's very. I found that quite interesting when we were meeting Stephen and Barry in Edinburgh for our Brew on Tour, and we were trying to talk to them about their comics, but both Stephen and Barry were asking me about like, what should I be looking for then? Like, why is this a good beer?
But they were noticing that the beer was really different from stuff that they drank normally. You know, it wasn't their Carling or whatever they'd picked up, because it's such a strong and different flavour. And some of the choices that they made were great. You know, and they got some beers in, and really good stuff.
Because why I like Tiny Rebel though, as a brewery, I think they gear themselves towards us of like drinking beer. You know,
there's a nice range.
Yeah, you buy it to try.
Nice flavours and they're really interesting. And they tend to be quite strong flavoured as well. There's quite a distinct, you know, similar sort of pale ales there, but we've got one that's grapefruity and dry, and one that's a bit more punchy, mangoey, piney, but creamy. Hard to sort of say if one's better than the other, because they're quite distinctly different. I guess it would come down to taste. Yeah,
I say so. I like the Cali Pale of those two, but I think other folk would think Dutty was amazing.
I think actually I would go for Dutty. Yeah. Out of the two, I'm not dissing any of them because they're both good. But yeah, I think I'm kind of liking the more grapefruity sharpness in Dutty, which is unusual. I like a sweet beer, but there you go.
I like how you said they make interesting things, because their whole it says on the back of every can that they do that they have one rule, that's never to just make vanilla ice cream. I think sure they could. I also would like to see Tiny Rebel do a vanilla ice cream flavoured drink. I think that would be quite good.
Awesome, yeah.
We're going to revisit our next beer. I'll get the next one. We're going to revisit very, very. They have a beer called Clwb Tropicana, but I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, because there's a W in club, which I know is.
I think Welsh. It's just
it's just
just for you. Yeah.
But it's just that Tiny Rebel are from, I believe, Cardiff in Wales. Oh.
Whoa.
Okay, so we
it's just gone everywhere.
Yeah, all over my leg. So Clwb Tropicana we reviewed in that brew on tour. Well, we didn't review it. We drank it when we were in Edinburgh. It was our last beer. We went out with
I remember it well. Yeah, it was lovely.
So we were really excited just to see Tiny Rebel, and I remember being in with Barry, actually, and he offered to get us drinks, and he looked at the board and he was like, "I have no idea what any of this means," and he could see my excitement. He was like, "What have you seen?" I'm like, "Well, we're going to." That's like at one point we're going to get Tiny Rebel, because they're a small. Well, I don't think they're small anymore. I think they're getting bigger and bigger all the time. It's like, but they're like, for me and Colin, we really, really like that brewery, and they're from Cardiff, so it's quite rare unless you go to like a specialist shop to see anything
to find it. Yeah,
but so yeah.
Yeah, but just spelling it. What is it? They call it something like a party in a can or something, and it's kind of really fruity flavours. Smell their aroma.
Yeah, party in a can. Maybe a bit stronger, 5.5.
Sweet, slightly creamy, but not as creamy as the Cali Pale, I think.
It's just a bit punchier again. It's got Is it mango and pineapple is really strong?
Yeah, sweetness coming through really strong.
I sure like it. I like the branding of the can.
Yeah.
I do like the colour scheme is
And it
gorgeous.
certainly doesn't taste. Okay, it's only 5.5, but no, it doesn't taste particularly strong or anything. You just knock a few of those back quite happily.
Yeah.
Nice one, Clwb Tropicana.
That's good. I think what was I going to say? I just think of the three that we've had at the moment, that's probably. And I remember when I got the box and it was kind of a random assortment. I was so happy to see that in the box because I remembered that our time in Edinburgh. It is lovely. I think it's just everything's on point, and actually I think the branding of their beers, I've never really been disappointed by.
They're quite exciting. Loads of colour.
Yeah,
kind of.
I think the beers reflect that.
Simple graphics, but they just kind of stand out. And their wee logo's quite cool. The sort of
the
teddy bear. I'll try and zoom in if I can on the video. The wee teddy bear with its missing eye and its hoodie. Tiny.
Which I think you can buy. I think you can. Or they have sold it at some point.
We need to get one.
Yeah, I have well, I remembered what I was going to say about the cans there. One of the things that I notice as when we go and pick random cans, is sometimes I find myself disappointed. I'm not going to mention any beers because I don't want to badmouth anyone, but I have bought cans of beer on the strength of their labelling and thought. There's one in particular that I thought this is going to be the tastiest, juiciest thing I've ever drunk based on the taste, and I was really, really disappointed. And I went on to Untapped, and to have a look and see what other folk were thinking, and it was a common thread. Folk were like, you're selling this as like this beautiful fruity, and it isn't. It's quite dull.
Yeah.
I've never had that kind of experience with Tiny Rebel.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, certainly liking that, and brings back memories of our night out in Edinburgh with the comic creators, which we'll repeat at some point.
Absolutely.
I'd like to go up to Glasgow and probably have a visit to 71 Brewing up there. We've got a wee tap room, and I was speaking to some comic creators at the weekend as well who are in Dundee. I'll maybe just mention speaking to Zoo Dominiac, who's at the on the comics course at Dundee University. So she was keen for a beer and a few other.
William at Terrier Comics said he
that's
as well.
right. William Hazel, who does Ailsa Dark.
Yeah, which is
he's in the area. So
Ailsa Dark, I should point out, is on
Indiegogo
right now at the moment, and it's nearing. I looked this morning.
It's getting close to its target. So if it was something you saw a few weeks ago, go and check it out. Yeah. So I think we've got a few comic creators up in Dundee.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come and join us. There's a lot of people at the comics course at the university, so I'm sure they'll come and join us for a wee beer.
That'd be really good.
So we'll plan that soon.
We've got one more beer.
Woo!
This is quite funny. My wife and I've spoke to quite a few beer aficionados who have wives that don't quite get why we're all so excited, and I think this is amazing. This beer, this is Pump Up the Jam. So again, an amazing.
I haven't had this one before, and I've seen it so many times sitting on the shelf.
Smell opening it,
and
smell
it's
that.
Like got jam donuts on the front, and oh goodness me, and. Look at that, smell that, folks. Right, go on then.
I think it smells amazing. I also think it tastes really good. My wife is not a fan of this beer. Of all the beers I drink, I've drunk, she's seen this and she remembers the can and she remembers the smell of the can. She's like, do not drink this in the same room as me.
I've been so wanting to try this for a while, and I'm so glad you've got one along. So what is this? This is 5%, so in jam donut.
Pale ale.
Pale ale is what it's called.
You notice the colour for those watching?
Yeah, fairly clear as well.
It's clear. The other ones were hazy and more yellow.
And it smells like the jam donut. Absolutely, you break a jam donut open.
You smell the jam in there,
That is what you're getting from the smell. So let's see what the taste is like.
Let's see what you think. I don't know. I was going to say what I really like about Tiny Rebel, one of the other things is on all their labelling, they tell you what you should be seeing, smelling, and tasting. Or one of a couple of breweries that do it. And the one I like about Pump Up the Jam is, like the other ones are like, oh, you should be tasting tropical, you should be tasting hazy fruits and all this sort of stuff. This just says, eye, red, nose, jam, taste, jam donut.
It totally is. I mean,
it literally is what totally it says on the tin.
It's really smooth, quite creamy, lovely texture.
Texture's great, and there's that creaminess really adds to the. It does taste like a jam donut, and I really,
it doesn't
really
just
like
smell
it.
like it tastes like it. Totally. That I don't know what's different about a jam and a jam donut. It's just because it's been cooked or something, but it tastes a bit different from like if you're going to get jam out of a jar.
It smells like the jar, but it tastes like it tastes. I don't know if it's the creaminess, but that's. I know maybe the baked element of it. It's just really. I really enjoy it. I would quite happily buy a whole box of that from Tiny Rebel and just bake that like my beer for a week. I really enjoy. Same with all of them though. I love Clwb Tropicana.
Well, that is definitely not disappointed. And like I say, I've seen it so many times on the shelf in the local beer shop. I've been so tempted to get it, thinking I really fancy a beer. It tastes like a jam donut, and it does. My God,
I think that would be the one as well. If we were, I've spoke to a couple of people about our local beer shop. Colin, a craft beer merchant, has got a new space called Thunder Road, which is like your and I've often thought, and I've got a couple of friends that have already said like, if we were to do a night out in the town, we should start at Thunder Road and let Jeff pick the beers. And I was like, I think I would definitely be, as somebody that's trying to excite my pals and make them find something. I think that would be one of my 2 or 3 go-to beers.
That would be a good one. Yeah,
I'd probably go there. I would probably then go over to something by Innerby, just so I could see, these guys are from Inverkeith and it's just in the road.
For sure.
Probably just go straight for Topaz actually, because I think that's a bit of a winner. And I don't know, maybe something a wee bit stronger. Just
that Imperial Stout, Tinoco or something from last week was awesome.
No, I think I would
just totally different.
A slightly stronger stout, I think it would maybe go.
Or one of the Baltic porters or something. They're quite interesting.
Yeah. And that would give you quite a nice wee kind of journey of like that. It's a crash course in like the 3 kind of beers that we explore on the podcast quite a lot.
All I can say, Tiny Rebel, really exciting brewery. Wow, there's 4 beers. I don't have anything bad to say about them. They're different, very different, but quite exciting. Nice to try the taste. Nothing unpleasant about them. I'm not getting any nasty aftertaste, any kind of burn or anything from it.
What I like about doing like a brewery, I want, like, obviously this is just gonna, I don't know, this probably won't be a one-off. I would quite like anyway to visit a brewery just 1 week every so often rather than do 4 random beers. What's quite good about this is you don't even need to pick a beer of the week because Tiny Rebel is Tiny Rebel wins anyway. But they're going to be a tough brewery to kind of follow if we went and visited somewhere else.
It just doesn't taste like beer.
Yeah. Well done, Tiny Rebel. Thank you for entering our lives. Next week, what have we got? I hope you enjoy the comic review that we've included in here. I think
it's a bit different this week. So I was at the Edinburgh Comic Arts Festival, and my little video from there is coming up.
And after this. Yep, and we're also in future going to review some of the comics that Colin picked up there. We've kind of divvied them up and started reading them. They're really good.
Yeah, so we've got a whole bunch of different comic creators, all small in time indie comics. So lots of like comic creators from around Scotland who were at the Edinburgh Comic Arts Fair, which is part of the Edinburgh Book Festival. This past weekend. So I picked up lots of books from them, and we'll review them over the next few weeks.
Awesome. But yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Sean Azir. I'm a publisher for BHP Comics, and today we're here at ECAF, Edinburgh Comic Arts Fair. It's one of the events that we produce in partnership with the Edinburgh International Book Festival. We're really pleased that we can be able to put this on while the Fringe Festival is on. It's a completely free event. It's quite small. It's really only focused just on small press indie comics, and we've got a selection of 35, 40 different creators here today, and it just makes for a really fantastic day and brings a brand new, completely uncomic-y audience normally to a new audience.
Hi, I'm Alan Henderson, the writer and artist of The Penguin, which is funny little stories about funny little penguins that I have penned. It comes in a 3-panel newspaper strip style, and if you like puns, dad jokes and Christmas crackers, it's ideal for you.
Good afternoon, this is Alan here from the Woodland Creatures group. If you're interested in werewolves with a little bit of a twist, then you should check out our preview novel here. Full details are on the inside at christinaroswell.net/Woodland Creatures, where you'll also be able to pre-order.
Hello, hi, my name's Sarah. I write fantasy comics with my husband. I'm drawing my way through them right now, and it's called Kingdom of Awakening, and it's a murder mystery set in a fantasy world where there's lots of magic involved, and that's pretty much it.
So The Curious of Paper Moon is a comic in print form and online as well. It's about a witch that owns a treasure hunting shop, and she's a treasure hunter, and it's basically about all the adventures she has and the people that she meets along the way. And so if you're into like fantasy, D&D, or and just general like dungeons and treasure hunting and that, then yeah, this is the comic for you.
So my name's Gemma McCullough, and this is the unfinished art of Gemma McCullough. It's called the unfinished art because it's a big cop-out, because I don't like finishing stuff. But it's mostly because all my stuff's all kind of sketchy. And basically, I much preferred, like growing up, I much preferred the sort of concept art as opposed to the finished product, and that's the kind of effect that I want to get across with my own stuff. So I've got portraits, I've got my more personal, spontaneous, less serious stuff, and yeah, just doing the con thing for about a year now and really enjoying it and hoping to get better with every con that I do. So.
Hey, I'm Matt Smith. I'm a Canadian cartoonist. I just moved to Scotland. I'd like to tell you about one of my favorite books that I've made called Let's Draw Some Comics. It's my guide to making your own comics. Everything you need to know to draw your own comics. It's an interactive book, so you actually write and draw in the book. And at the end, you get to make your own story in the comic. Because what I do for my day job is visit schools and conventions and run comics making workshops. And this is like my textbook in a comic book form.